top of the morning to you. Sure, all Irish to be sure.
Yeah.
Huh? Look, I'm on brand. Huh? Anyhow, Teeling. I don't have a Teeling t-shirt to wear because Robert Caldwell's useless and he didn't get me one. Or sweatshirt. Or the only.
Oh, you could have done what I done.
Paid for it.
Bought one.
I'll be having that. No. I'm an influencer, don't you know? Should be wearing t-shirts. I get to talk about my favourite, one of my favourites. They are one of my favourites. And it goes back a while because of Cooley. And this month we have a bit of an exceptional collection from the Teeling family, from the Teeling tribe, and it's in this month's auction. Up on top, Teeling tribe, do you get that? On message again, Robert. You didn't even prompt me on that one. I knew that one as well. On the top, we have legacy bottlings. So these were the original TWC, the Teeling Whiskey Company. So these were when Teeling initially left Cooley, and Jack and Stephen set up the Teeling Whiskey Company in Dublin before they had the distillery, before everything else. There is some fantastic whiskey in them. Really, really fantastic whiskey. And that's one of them. That is the 23-year-old. Katie, look at that. You can't even see through it.
No.
It is just fantastic whiskey. This was bottle number 50, cask 6838, silver bottling, 52% ABV, and bottled by D. McCall, I presume it is. They are fantastic. I really, really love Teeling aged legacy whiskies because they're the ones that nobody sort of brushes over, and even though they've won best single malts and all that sort of stuff, everybody ignores them. It leaves them there for me to buy them and drink them and collect them and do everything else with. Yes. And point in case, the Centenary Collection. When the first one came out in 2014, so what they done was they brought out one. So we're starting on this side. That's the 2015 one, 2016, 2017, 2018. There is only 250 of each of those bottlings. There's only 225 of the last ones. I estimate there'll be, I would say if there's a dozen full collections of those in the world. That's about it. Because what happened was, in 2014, when the first one came out, it was the year of the Gathering in Ireland. I don't know if anybody remembers the year of the Gathering. It was a Board Fáilte initiative to sort of bring people back to Ireland. We were recovering from the recession. It was to sort of get people back here for jobs and for everything else, and it really was to drive Ireland in the world stage platform, whatever you word it. But 2014 was the first year that they'd done that. It is in a black ebony box. Presentation is as you'd expect from Teeling. It is phenomenal. But because nobody was aware that it was part of although it said collection on the front of it, nobody clicked that there was going to be multiple releases of it. Nobody was thinking of whiskey collections at the time. People bought it as gifts. People bought it when they were coming back to Ireland. They were going back to Australia, America, wherever they were from, and brought it back as something, and it was opened in bars and all that sort of stuff. So there's very few of them. In truth, there can only ever be 225 full sets because there's only 225 of them. They were, I think the last one was €325 to buy retail. The first one was $275. Then I think the initial, the subsequent ones were $295. Fantastic set, really fantastic
I don't know
set.
how you keep them numbers in your head.
It's all to do with the something that I suffer from. I don't know, something. The first one and the last ones are probably my two favourite presentations. The middle ones I always thought were a bit flat.
Yes.
Considering the black glossy one, which is a pain in the ass to keep clean because it's got fingerprints and everything, all that all over it. And then the last one is that shiny glossy walnut sort of wood. It is fantastic as well.
And the three wooden ones in the middle of the collection, they have the magnets and everything keep popping out of the hold. And
so are you saying that there was perhaps quality control issues within Teeling at the time?
I don't. I'm just saying.
I'll
possibly
go with that.
there was.
Yeah, I'll back you up on that, Kitty. You're right. They weren't as good as they were. Even the presentation.
And then they don't
hinges weren't right.
No,
There was loads of fuses.
Yeah, and the magnets sticking to each other and not closing the box.
Yeah. Oh, what happens is the wrong magnets get put in the wrong way,
Yeah,
the wrong
yeah.
magnets, and you get. Do you remember that from school? 2 magnets.
Yes.
I don't be standing here pointing me 2 fingers at each other.
I know what you meant.
Wood and everything else. These were the predecessors to the Gathering. Was in 2013 actually. Sorry, there you go.
Oops.
I thought it was 2014, but I can't remember everything. There's 3 of those. There's the Liberties, there's the Gathering, and there's the third one. The Liberties, the Gathering, and there's something or others. And they're sitting above in my office.
Yeah, I know.
And if I could run up there and have a look now, I would. But I can't. Hang on. Wait a minute. I'm after thinking of something. Costume change.
No, it's gone out of my head now too. Oh, Lord, give me a chance.
Still on brand, Robert. Still haven't got a t-shirt, Robert.
You can't remember the name.
I can't remember the thing. There you go. That's your penalty for thing. Here's the new breed. Here's the 24, the 28, the 30-year-old, the 32, the 33. Wowzers. The first Irish whiskey to ever win the world's best single malt. Why aren't people shouting about that from the roof all day, every day, apart from Teeling? I mean, it's something to be proud of. It is really something to be proud of. And subsequently, each following year or each 2 years that the bottle has been released, they've won awards with it as well. So the 28 and the 30-year-old and all that sort of stuff. They do fantastic presentations. This was the first ever pot still whiskey out of the new Dublin distillery in 125 years or whatever number that they bleat on about. Only 250 bottles. That's bottle number 200. Again, nice one to have. Lovely presentation. The black bottle, you do like these black bottles, don't you? Look at that. Embossed black bottle, and it's all raised, and even the label itself is just fantastic. Real high quality thing. So that's lovely as well. Thank you very much, Katie.
Welcome.
And then obviously the 32-year-old as well.
That's a snazzy box.
That is a snazzy box as well, and that's the one. Is that the one with the round the side of it as well? Like, look at it. It's gorgeous.
It weighs a ton, but it's lovely.
Yeah, it is. I wouldn't like to drop it on my toe.
No.
I wouldn't like to drop it full stop actually. Magnets are very good in that one. Look at that. Look.
Yeah. Fan dozy.
Look at that.
And the
decanter.
Yeah.
The tall decanter bottle.
In the rose gold.
In the rose gold. Only 750 bottles. That's 691 as well. I just look, lads. The Teeling. It constantly is the source of
most anguish in you.
It is. It probably is. You're right, Katie, because
it drives you nuts.
Yeah. I mean, when you can buy the world's best single malt cheaper, which there's only 5,000 of, cheaper than you can buy not a generic blend, but a blended whiskey from another company down in Cork for a lot more money.
I know.
It just doesn't make sense. It constantly doesn't make sense. My hope and my heart tells me that in a few years' time, when the world
Writes itself.
It's
having a boy's own moment.
I could have been in Boy's Own me.
Oh, you couldn't have.
When the world rights itself and collectors from all around the world are chasing this thing, are these the bottles they're going to be looking for? Are they chasing legacy Irish bottles?
Hopefully.
Are they the bottles are going to be? Hopefully. Here's the man that hopes so, because I've got a load of them up there.
Yeah, but you've got the majority of them opened.
Yeah.
They don't collect half-used, half-empty or empty bottles.
I may or may not have some unopened bottles.
I would go with the may not, more than the maybe.
Oh, there's a few. Anybody who's been in my office has seen there's a good Teeling collection. I've a full Centenary, and I've these boys, and I've the other ones, and the other ones. Loads of them. There may be a lot of them.
You don't have a t-shirt?
I don't have a t-shirt.
Right, anyhow, there's enough of that.
And then Irish Whiskey Society. So this is a relatively new thing to Teeling as well, is that they've started doing special releases. So this was one of the first ones I think they done for somebody. They do them for shops and all that. They've done them for O'Brien's. There's the Amarone one. There's a few different ones as well. Sorry, excuse me. Sorry, Sinead. There's a few different ones. But now they've done one for the bank. They've done one for Foxes. So there's a couple of those pot still releases out there as well that people will be chasing. So I think that's sufficient of a rant today. I've thrown in several digs now at Robert Caldwell, the fact that he's useless and that he sort of just can't get me a t-shirt. I had to
But you've also shown a lot of love.
I have, yeah. So if Jack or Stephen are watching,
They won't be.
they're going to have to take this into their own hands, and they're going to have to bring me the t-shirts themselves.
Okay.
The G&D's only over the road.
I know.
They'll be down visiting Dad, and they can come in and sort of say, "How are you, Anthony? Here's the right size t-shirts, not little skinny ones." Right?
You keep dreaming, baby.
I know. Rub my head again.
No.
Let's look at Teeling. That's us, and we're going to be back tomorrow.
With Japanese and Scotch.
Japanese and Scotch, have you decided? We're talking about Japanese and Scotch whiskey
A
tomorrow.
little bit of, forward planning.
Niall is starting his assault on the room to get it in order, and more power to his elbow. And then we're ready to go on Friday. We hope. Until then, which is tomorrow, which is Thursday, not Friday. Bye.